10 Crazy Things You didn't know were invented in the Middle Ages. The Dark Ages are often remembered as a time of sickness, death, war, and destruction, but it was also an age of invention and ingenuity. Join us today as we count down the top 10 inventions from the Middle Ages that we still use today. Number 10, mechanical clock. When most people think about clocks, they probably think about the digital ones on their phone or the giant clock tower that dictates the time on the hour in London. But did you know that before the digital age there were mechanical clocks? This type of clock is still used today to tell time and dates, although it doesn't look exactly like the clocks that we had back then. The first mechanical clock was invented in the 13th century in Europe and is said to have been created by a man named Richard of Wallingford. It used a series of gears and weights to tell time and was one of the first inventions that allowed people to keep track of time accurately without having to rely on the position of the sun. Number 9, eyeglasses. Today, eyeglasses are one of the most common inventions that we take for granted. They allow us to see clearly when our vision isn't perfect and come in many different styles and prescriptions. But did you know that before eyeglasses, people would have to squint and strain to see things up close? Eyeglasses were invented in Italy in the 13th century and were originally just simple convex lenses that were placed in front of the eyes to magnify things. Today, glasses have become an essential part of life for millions of people around the world and come in a variety of different shapes, sizes, and prescriptions. 8. Mechanical printing press. For centuries, books and other printed materials were produced by hand, which made them expensive and time-consuming to produce. However, in the 15th century, Johannes Gutenberg invented the mechanical printing press, which revolutionized the way that books and other printed materials were produced. The printing press used movable type, which allowed for mass production of identical copies of a text. This made books and other printed materials much more affordable and accessible, which led to the spread of literacy and the growth of public education. The printing press also played a key role in the Protestant Reformation, as it allowed for the mass production of religious texts in vernacular languages, which helped to spread new ideas and challenge the authority of the Catholic Church. Number 7. Paper. Paper is an invention that has changed the world. Without paper, we wouldn't be able to write down our thoughts, print books or newspapers, or even send emails. And while we often take paper for granted today, it was actually invented over 2,000 years ago in China during the Han Dynasty. The first paper was made from hemp, bamboo, and other plant fibers, and it quickly became popular because it was cheaper and easier to make than the traditional materials used for writing, such as papyrus and parchment. From there, the technology spread throughout the rest of the world, eventually making its way to Europe in the Middle Ages. During the Middle Ages, paper was primarily used for writing and printing books. The invention of the printing press in the 15th century made paper even more valuable as it allowed for the mass production of printed materials. Paper became an essential part of everyday life in Europe and laid the foundation for the modern printing industry. Number 6. The zipper. Today, zippers are one of the most common fasteners used on clothing. But did you know that before zippers, people would have to button or tie their clothes? The zipper was invented in the late 19th century by Elias Howe, who was also the inventor of the sewing machine. Howe wanted to create a faster and more efficient way to fasten clothing and came up with the idea of a continuous closure that could be opened and closed with a single pull. The zipper was an immediate success and soon became a popular addition to jackets, coats, and other articles of clothing. Today, zippers are used on all sorts of garments, from jeans and jackets to dresses and suits. They've made dressing and undressing much easier and faster and are an essential part of modern clothing. Number 5. The compass. The compass is an invention that has had a major impact on human history. Without the compass, it would have been much more difficult to navigate over long distances, which would have made things like exploration and trade much more challenging. The compass was invented in China during the Han Dynasty around the 1st century AD. It was originally used for military purposes, but soon found uses in navigation and exploration. During the Middle Ages, the compass was an essential tool for sailors and travelers. It helped them to keep their bearings and make sure that they didn't get lost. The compass was also used extensively during the Age of Exploration, as explorers set out to discover new lands and trade routes. Today, compasses are still used by hikers, campers, and anyone else who needs to navigate over long distances. They're also used in conjunction with other technologies, such as GPS, to help people find their way around. 4. The astrolabe. The astrolabe is a fascinating invention that was used for navigation and timekeeping in the Middle Ages. It's a portable astronomical calculator that was used to determine latitude, altitude, and time based on the positions of the stars and planets. The astrolabe was invented by Greek astronomers in the 2nd century AD and was later improved upon by Islamic astronomers during the Middle Ages. During this time, the astrolabe was an essential tool for sailors and travelers who needed to navigate over long distances. It helped them to keep track of time and determine their location, which was crucial for staying on course. Today, the astrolabe is no longer used for navigation, but it's still an impressive example of medieval engineering and scientific achievement. Several of these can be found at museums around the world. Number 3. Spectacles. Spectacles, also known as eyeglasses, are something that many people depend on to see clearly. While spectacles are commonplace now, it wasn't too long ago that they were a new invention. Spectacles were invented during the Middle Ages in Italy around the year 1268. The first spectacles consisted of 2 convex lenses placed in a frame that rested on the nose. These early glasses were primarily used for reading and other close-up tasks, as they did not correct farsightedness. As the technology improved, spectacles became more effective at correcting vision problems and were worn by people of all ages. Today, spectacles come in a wide variety of styles and designs to suit any face shape or prescription. Number 2. The university. The university is an important institution that provides higher education to students. It's a place where people can go to learn new skills, advance their careers, and make a positive impact on the world. The modern university can trace its roots back to the medieval universities that were founded in Europe during the High Middle Ages. These universities were initially established to provide training for scholars and clergy, but soon expanded to offer a wider range of subjects. During the Middle Ages, universities were often centers of intellectual activity and played an important role in preserving knowledge. Today, universities are highly respected institutions that are essential to the advancement of society. They provide students with the knowledge and skills they need to succeed in a rapidly changing world and contribute to the growth and development of their communities. Number 1. The wheelbarrow. The wheelbarrow is a simple yet incredibly useful invention that has been around for centuries. It's a hand-pushed vehicle with a single large wheel and a small platform for holding materials. The wheelbarrow was invented in China during the Han Dynasty around the 2nd century AD. It was originally used for transporting goods and materials, but soon found uses in construction, gardening, and other areas. During the Middle Ages, the wheelbarrow was used extensively in construction and other manual labor-intensive industries. It made it easier to move heavy loads over short distances and was an essential tool for builders, miners, and farmers. Today, the wheelbarrow is still used for a wide range of purposes, from gardening to construction. It's an indispensable tool for anyone who needs to move materials around. What's your favorite medieval invention? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another video.